Namaste Vidya, Sada Kush Raho. Myself, JVN Dr. Hemant Vyas, Associate Professor and Head of Department of Surgery, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we are going to discuss about management of hemorrhage. And today we will study or discuss about management of internal hemorrhage as well as external hemorrhage. So let's begin. Control of external hemorrhage. If a patient is hemorrhaging externally, for example, from a wound, the patient's clothing is cut away in an attempt to identify the area of hemorrhage. Direct firm pressure is applied over the bleeding area or the involved artery at a site that is proximal to the wound. Otherwise, unchecked arterial bleeding result in death. A firm pressure dressing is applied and the injured part is elevated to stop venous and capillary bleeding if possible. If the injured area is an extremity, the extremity is immobilized to control blood loss. A tourniquet is applied to an extremity only as a last resort when the external hemorrhage cannot be controlled in any other way and immediate surgery is not feasible. Note: care must be taken when applying a tourniquet because of the risk of loss of extremity. The tourniquet is applied just proximal to the wound and tied tightly enough to control arterial blood flow. The patient is tagged with a skin marking pencil or an adhesive tape on the forehead with a T, starting the location of the tourniquet and the time applied. If there is no arterial bleeding, the tourniquet is removed and a pressure dressing is applied. If the patient has suffered a traumatic amputation with uncontrollable hemorrhage, the tourniquet remains in place until the patient is in the operating room. Control of internal bleeding. If the patient shows no external signs of bleeding but exhibits tachycardia, falling blood pressure, thirst, apprehension, cool and moist skin, or delayed capillary refill, internal hemorrhage is suspected. In this case, packed red blood cells are administered at a rapid rate. The patient is prepared for more definitive treatment, example surgery or pharmacological therapy. Arterial blood gas specimens are obtained to elevate pulmonary function and tissue perfusion and to establish baseline hemodynamic parameters, which are then used as an index for determining the amount of fluid replacement the patient can tolerate and the response to the therapy. The patient is maintained in the supine position, monitored closely until hemodynamic or circulatory parameters improve or until he or she is transported to the operating room or intensive care unit. So that's it from the today's presentation. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. Hope you like this presentation. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will try to resolve it. Thank you very much.